Simplest thing I could do to protect us in this situation is bring all of law enforcement, the CIA, anybody in there to show them the orbs. That way, they would just figure we were like crazy lunatics and they would just kind of leave us alone. However, they got their own pictures of orbs, and then a strange thing started to happen. The guys whom we took to from the Justice Department to take pictures were off doing their picture taking over at the Justice Department's offices, and all of a sudden the orbs are appearing on their photographs in the Justice Department. So the forensic scientists came in, and they started taking pictures, and sure enough, they said, yeah, you know, you're right, there are these orbs. So they went back to their offices over in Quantico, and all of a sudden, within a matter of weeks, they're getting orbs on their photograph and their pictures. What's happening here? The last comment I got from them was, well, there are orbs everywhere. What's the big deal? I mean, wherever we go now, we're finding orbs. I said, well, yeah, but you see, did you find orbs before you went to the vortex in Wanacue? No. Well, does it occur to you that perhaps the guys who went to Wanacue, who we warned you might bring back orbs with them to the office, brought them back to your offices, and then you've steadily been propagating orbs from office to office to office to office while you're scratching your heads wondering what they are when we've told you that they are observing us, and if you come and meet with them, they're going to follow you back and observe you, and if someone comes and meets with you about them, they're going to follow them back and observe them. And they apparently have an endless supply. You know, when I first announced this momentous discovery of Williams and Rail and all the, you know, a few people around like Carol who believed them, I said it had I warned the government, I said it sticks to you like flypaper. The book that Carol has with pictures of the orbs, oh, you know, you came to a conference, you go back to your house with your star chambers, and what do you have in your house? You went to meet them, you sat down with people, and you went back to your house, and then what happened? You have orbs in your house. You know, you go up, you come here, you go home. Many of you may go home and you may take orbs with you. When did you first interact with him, Larry? We have to figure out whether he's on drugs, works for the government, or he's real. No, I'm kidding, Dan, Gary, Larry. The issue is, Larry, there are different types of orbs. There are glowing globes. Yeah. Right. Well, those are probably glowing globes, which is a different subject than the orbs, because the only reason that the orbs show up is because in the last 6 years, the semiconductor industry has been kind enough to produce a semiconductor flash that now everyone is using throughout the photographic industry. You've seen cameras today, and they have like a little tube. It looks like a little tube, a little tiny itsy-bitsy fluorescent light. That tube is of a particular frequency that just by accident happens to backlight the leading edge of the... If you look at the front of this camera, everybody look at the front of this camera. Now, if I had a light and I shined it on that camera, what would happen? You'd see a round globular reflection, right, of it. If I took a picture of it and we put a white piece of paper to block off the fact that there was a camera and John sitting there, all you would see was the light reflected from that glass. Well, consider that an orb is not unlike that, and that the orb technology is not unlike that camera, except that it's exchanging more than just light, and it's a little longer. It's about 15 feet long. 15 feet. It traverses space from 45 light years away to our space through this n-dimensional space that the million-year-old culture of teeming with what we call aliens and they call people have developed this science and technology. Why do you think they developed a technology that would let them observe something, 40 light years away?